1.2 billion people wake up every morning and open WeChat before anything else. It's not just an app. It's the operating system of daily life in China. And Tencent, the company that owns it, just made a move that could reshape the entire global AI competition. They've started testing an AI assistant built directly into WeChat itself, not as a separate chatbot you download, not as an add-on you activate. It's embedded in the app where you already spend hours every day, messaging friends, paying bills, ordering food, hailing taxis, shopping. This is Tencent's direct answer to ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. Here's why this matters. Western AI companies have focused on building the best standalone chatbot in the world. They've poured billions into training massive models and winning headlines. But Tencent is playing a different game. They're not competing on raw model quality. They're competing on distribution, on what you use every single day without thinking about it. An AI assistant you have to remember to open is useful, but an AI assistant already embedded in an app you spend 3 to 4 hours using daily becomes something you can't imagine living without. It becomes the default choice for a billion people instantly. And that's a competitive advantage no other company on Earth can replicate. And here's where it gets interesting. What Tencent's move reveals about the future of the AI market in 2026. Most Westerners have never heard of Tencent. That's a massive blind spot. In terms of revenue and global reach, Tencent is bigger than Amazon. They own stakes in Spotify, Snapchat, Tesla, Activision Blizzard, and dozens of other massive companies. But their real power comes from WeChat. WeChat launched in 2011 as a simple messaging app. But in China, it evolved into something completely different. A super app that became the gateway to modern life. Think of it like if email, Venmo, Uber, Amazon, and Instagram merged into one application that your grandmother uses to send money to her grandkids while simultaneously ordering groceries and checking her news feed. Here's the scale. WeChat has more active daily users than the entire population of every English-speaking country combined. In the United States, we have dozens of apps we juggle every day. In China, people have one. They wake up, open WeChat, and 90% of their digital life happens inside that single application. For comparison, the entire United States population is roughly 330 million people. WeChat has 4 times that many active users who depend on it constantly. That's not just a big platform, that's a monopoly on daily life. And Tencent understands something that Western tech companies are still learning. Owning the platform that people already live inside is worth infinitely more than building the best product that you have to convince people to use separately. But here's what most coverage gets wrong. Tencent isn't new to artificial intelligence. They've been quietly building AI capabilities for years. The AI assistant Tencent is testing runs on large language models, the same underlying technology that powers ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. But the difference is not how smart the model is. The difference is where it lives and how you access it. Instead of opening a separate app and typing into a search box, imagine you're in the WeChat chat with a friend. You simply mention a question or a task, and the AI assistant understands your context, not just the words you typed, but the conversation history, your payment methods stored in WeChat, the products you've searched for, even your location data. It's like having an AI that knows you deeply because it lives inside the app that knows everything about you. This is fundamentally different from ChatGPT or Claude. Those models see only what you type in that moment. Tencent's assistant can see your full WeChat history, your transaction patterns, your social graph, your search history within the app. That context makes the AI dramatically more useful for practical tasks. It knows you've ordered from this restaurant before, so when you ask to repeat your order, it doesn't just hallucinate. It actually knows what you ordered last time. The AI can handle payments directly. It can make bookings inside the app. It can search the ecosystem of merchants, services, and information all built into WeChat. You don't have to switch apps or copy-paste information between tools. Everything happens seamlessly in one place. Picture this, you're sitting in your apartment in Shanghai. You want to order lunch, but you're not sure what you're in the mood for. Instead of opening 3 separate apps, one to browse restaurants, one to check reviews, one to order, you open WeChat and describe what you want to the AI. You type, "I've been craving spicy food but not too heavy. Something new in my area, maybe Thai or Sichuan." Budget's not an issue, just make it good. The AI knows your favorite restaurants from your chat history and payment records. It knows which areas you frequent. It knows which dishes you've rated highly before and which you've complained about. It can search the live inventory of restaurants nearby, check their current ratings and reviews, and surface options ranked by both cuisine type and your personal history. You pick one, and it completes the order right there in the chat with a single tap. No app switching. No re-entering your payment details. No re-explaining your dietary preferences. Here's another scenario. You're negotiating a business deal and need to calculate currency conversions in real time while texting your colleague. Instead of closing the chat, opening a calculator app, or searching online, you ask the AI directly, "What's $2.5 million in Chinese yuan at today's rate?" It calculates instantly, shows you historical rates, and even explains the math. Everything stays in the conversation. OpenAI's ChatGPT might have a slightly more advanced language model than Tencent's assistant. Anthropic's Claude might reason more carefully. Google Gemini might integrate with Gmail and Google Maps slightly better. But none of those advantages matter if you have to open a separate app, context switch away from where you're already working, and re-explain your situation to a model that has no memory of your history. This is a crucial lesson in technology that the AI industry keeps learning and forgetting. A slightly worse product that's already integrated where you live is infinitely more valuable than a slightly better product that requires friction to access. When you compare Tencent's integrated AI to OpenAI's ChatGPT, you're not comparing apples to apples. You're comparing an AI built into the operating system of daily life to an AI you visit in a separate browser tab. From a user perspective, they're not even competing in the same category. But the comparison that really matters isn't Tencent versus OpenAI. It's Tencent's integrated approach versus Google's strategy. Google has similar integration opportunities with Android, Gmail, Google Maps, and Google Shopping. In theory, they could build a similar integrated AI experience across their entire ecosystem. So far, they haven't fully committed to that vision in the way Tencent. Microsoft saw this coming and bet early on integration with Copilot across Windows, Office, and their entire software stack. They understood that distribution beats raw capability. For 18 months, the AI narrative has been whoever builds the smartest model wins. OpenAI releases a new version of ChatGPT with better reasoning. The headlines scream about how advanced it is, investors get excited, and everyone assumes that raw capability determines market dominance. Tencent's move suggests that narrative is incomplete, maybe even wrong. Here's what's actually happening. The model quality is converging. ChatGPT is smart. Claude is smart. Gemini is smart. Open source models are catching up. By 2027 or 2028, there might be 5 or 10 companies capable of building frontier-class language models, and the differences between them will be marginal, like comparing a laptop that runs at 4.5 GHz versus 4.8 GHz. Both are fast enough for everything you want to do. When models are roughly equal, the winner isn't determined by research papers or benchmark numbers. The winner is determined by distribution. And Tencent just showed the world where distribution actually comes from. Not from better marketing, not from a lower price. It comes from being embedded in the place where people already spend their time. This fundamentally threatens the playbook that OpenAI and Anthropic have been following. They've been competing on model quality and hoping that superiority will drive adoption. But Tencent is showing that you can build a good enough model and achieve absolute dominance through distribution. For Western companies, this is a wake-up call. If you're in mainland China and have WeChat installed, and there's a strong chance you do if you've done business in China or have family there, you might already have access to this AI assistant. Tencent has been rolling it out gradually to selected users rather than launching it all at once. This is typical for large-scale feature deployments because you need to test how the servers handle load before turning it on for 1 billion people simultaneously. To find it, open WeChat and look for a new button or tab, probably labeled something like Tencent AI or similar. The exact naming and interface design usually comes later in the rollout phase. Early users report that you can start chatting with the AI as soon as you find it, though you might need to accept terms and conditions first. What should you expect? The initial experience is probably smooth for basic queries and common tasks, but like every major AI rollout, there will be edge cases where it struggles. It might occasionally misunderstand context in rapid back-and-forth conversations. It might sometimes suggest products that don't exist or get facts wrong. It might struggle with non-Mandarin languages even if you're in a WeChat chat. But here's what matters. Tencent will be learning from every single interaction. They'll see which queries fail, which tasks frustrate users, and where integration with WeChat systems breaks down. They'll iterate rapidly. If you live in China, this is important. Tencent's AI is coming to the app you probably use more than any other application on your phone. The integration will probably be subtle at first. A small button, a quick suggestion, a helpful answer in a group chat. But it will become essential faster than you expect, and your digital life will consolidate even further into a single ecosystem. If you live outside China, this is important for a different reason. Tencent's move is a preview of how global tech competition will actually play out. It shows that the winner in AI won't necessarily be the company with the smartest model. It will be the company with the most seamless integration into your existing digital life. Google, Apple, and Microsoft should be paying extremely close attention. Each of them controls platforms where 1 billion people live. Each has all the infrastructure needed to embed AI as deeply as Tencent is doing. The fact that they haven't yet suggests either they are moving slower than they should be, or they are deliberately holding back because the business model hasn't been figured out yet. For OpenAI and Anthropic, this is a strategic challenge. They can't out-distribute a platform company. They can't beat WeChat at being WeChat. Their only play is to license their models to platforms and hope those platforms integrate them well, or to build their own platform at a scale that matters.